Welcome to Year 5 in the Arkansas State Red Wolves Dynasty. It's the start of a new chapter in this series. We have a new quarterback and many new players that are joining a team that has now made back-to-back college football playoffs. This year's team replaces a lot of the stars that made it possible to make the postseason twice. But I'm excited about some of the new talent that has arrived this year and is going to get a chance. I can't wait to debut tight end Akeem Madden today, who came over in the transfer portal from Notre Dame. They didn't play him last season. And after an incredible offseason, Madden is now one of the highest rated players on the entire team, a game-changing tight end with dynamic speed to stretch the field, and he can also help out as part of the running game. And that's going to make it exciting to now start this next chapter with Gerald Ogletree as our starting quarterback. We saw him play a little bit last season, but this was Duncan Grant's team. He started as a junior and senior. But now Ogletree takes over after the redshirt year, where he did get his first career start and gave us an idea of what this team could look like with him as the quarterback. He has a very big arm. He's dynamic outside the pocket. We're going to have to see, where his accuracy is. That's the number one concern. But I think Ogletree gives this offense an extremely high ceiling when you factor in guys like Akeem Madden, Damar Alba, the returning junior wide receiver. And we have other playmakers coming back like Keontae Bargava. I think we have a really fun team this year, but we are taking a step back in some areas. I'm hoping the offense can really lead the way and take us to that next level, because the defense is going to see a good deal of change. We lost 3 players ultimately to the NFL draft, 2 cornerbacks, and then our pass rusher from a year ago, Charlie Collins. He's replaced by Tylon Lee. And in the secondary, I think we have the greatest concerns. We don't have many impact players here, and I haven't been able to recruit players with great development for the most part. We're going to open this season in the top 25. We are ranked 17th, and as of right now are the only team in the American Conference that is ranked. The expectation should absolutely be winning this conference this year after failing to make the championship game a year ago. We should have some tough competition though, like Tulsa. They have Akili Smith Jr., who right now is on top of the Heisman watch to start the season. Just a quick rundown before we start this season against Duke today. Talked about the quarterback Gerald Ogletree, but we have new running backs this season in Baraka Odenigbo and Keontae Ruggins. Odenigbo will start the year as the primary running back. Like his shiftiness and change of direction at 99, you can definitely see the difference in his skill set. Expect to see some new receivers this year. Pierre Shembo becomes a starter, and senior Ofisa Orlando should also have a role. With that sure hands ability and great route running, I think we have to make sure he's also getting a chance to show what he can do, and offers us an option standing at 6'5". I'm excited to debut Akeem Madden. Also expect to see some of Leo Westerman and possibly some Kiki McCracken. It is tempting to focus on redshirting McCracken this year when Madden is going to get most of the snaps. The offensive line returns 4 of 5 starters from last year, but I'm looking to make one change. Noah Hacker will still be at left tackle. Jake Cook is going to step in as the left guard, a portal addition who has a really good balanced skill set. I think he's going to be a really nice plug-and-play option. The center is Jaden Edwards, and at right guard, we're going to play Nate Montague. He's the change this year, as I just think he might offer a little more upside than Trent Norton. Looks like he had some pretty good development, and we'll be playing him at right guard. Randy Haslam returns at right tackle, and will be redshirting the 4-star Josh Casa. He should be starting perhaps next year. On defense, Tylon Lee, can he replace Charlie Collins' impact? That might be tough to ask for. Devon Noteboom returns as a senior edge rusher. He was part of my first recruiting class in the series, and we'll see if he's ready to take on this big role. We're looking for a number 1 pass rusher. Can he take that step? The defensive tackle group has not changed. The four you got to see last year all return, but Jeffrey Brazil, the freshman, will get chances to perhaps avoid the redshirt season. The linebacker position also has a lot of returning talent. BJ Wisevich, he is a redshirt senior. He was one of my first recruits. The secondary remains my biggest concern. I just don't know that we have the overall talent ability there in coverage to make things as easy as we did a year ago. I don't think we can get away with nearly as much man coverage, and I wonder if we'll need to back off the blitzing just to have more players there defending the pass. I do think we have some promise with safety Braylon Wortham, but I think everybody else is a significant question mark going into this new season. We face Duke today, whom we beat a year ago, and now we travel to Durham to open our season against the Blue Devils. I think it'll be a really good test. Right off the bat, Mo Hag against our secondary. We're going to see one of the better receivers in the ACC, and if we can handle matching up with him. I think that Duke offers us a really good Week 1 challenge. They have a good senior quarterback and wide receiver connection. John Duck at running back, I know we faced him last year, along with Nate Shepard, who had a really big game against us. And then their offensive line, I think, is going to, show us, are we good enough to match up? And can we put pressure on the quarterback now that we've lost our elite pass rusher of the last 2 seasons? Before we start the year, a quick word from today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Control Freak, who make great controller accessories for all platforms. I have them here on my PlayStation 5 and Xbox controllers. They're comfortable to use and give you that extra grip and precision that makes a noticeable difference. Very easy to take them off, swap them out, put a different one on. Ever since I first tried them out, I've been a really big fan of the no-slip thumb grips. I use them on my left sticks. They just have a lot of grip and they feel really good for character and player movement. I'm also a fan of the clutch thumb sticks, designed for sports games, and I use those when I'm playing College Football 26. For a few months now, I've been using the clutch thumbsticks on the right stick, the no-slip thumb grips on the left stick. I love that combination, and when I'm playing a first-person shooter, still using the no-slip thumb grip on the left, but I go for the raised stick on the right side. That's where I get that added precision when I'm trying to line up the perfect shot. And let's be honest, I'm in my 30s, I need that extra precision sometimes. But if you're interested in Control Freak's products, my code MrHurriicane can save you 12% on your order. Follow the link down below in the description, give their products a look, see which ones are interesting to you. And thank you to Control Freak for sponsoring today's video. Let's continue the action. Opening on the road as we launch this new era of Red Wolves Dynasty. I can't wait to see the offense this year. I think we have a chance to put together a really fun unit this season, led by Gerald Ogletree. And the wait will not be long as we will get the football first on a 91-degree day here in Durham. The season is off and running. Ofisa Orlando handling the return now, and he's brought down at the 18. And here is Gerald Ogletree, who will make just his second career start. Got action in 3 games a year ago and won his only start. Came in relief in a game we were trailing a different week and helped us win that game. And the Red Wolves come out 3 receivers, Akeem Madden at tight end. And they start a run, and in the backfield, Baraka Odenibo gets hit by Shaquille Phillip and loses 2. Single high look from the Blue Devils. Now Madden lines up in the slot. You'll see a lot of that here this season. And the first throw of the year caught on the outside by Keontae Bargava. Last year played primarily as a running back, but this year he'll line up more as a receiver and should still get some chances to show he can play and give us a boost there at running back. He's one of the most speedy and dynamic players on this roster. Ruggins into the game, 3rd and inches. The run goes his way, and he grinds out that yard. Spreading out this Duke defense again. Now a quick throw into the hands of DeMar Alba, who is on a pretty good pace to become the all-time leading receiver at Arkansas State. If he plays all 4 years and stays healthy, he has a pretty good chance. The air now on 2nd and 7. It's dumped off, caught. That is the running back, Baraka Odenibo, and he's got a first down. 3 to the right, and Akeem Madden, he's in the slot. It is a screen his way. His first career catch goes for a gain of 6. We're going to find a lot of ways to utilize him this year. We're only getting started. Ogletree hands. This is Ruggins heading off tackle, and he gets some room to rumble into Duke territory. Changing the play at the line and running on first down. There isn't much there for Odenibo. Duke loading the box again, making it tough to run as Ogletree. He's hit as he throws, and that falls incomplete in the area of Madden. Not quite in field goal range here at the Duke 44. Heading to the air. Pass caught on the comeback by DeMar Alba. Timed that one up perfectly. Good opening possession. Pretty methodical so far. And here is Odenibo cutting through the defense. And he's up to the 12-yard line. First down and 10. Ogletree, he's got Madden now at the 2, and it's goal to go. Second down and goal. Play fake. It's up for grabs, and that was nearly picked. That was scary. Out of the gun here on 3rd down and goal. Pass from Ogletree is off the mark. In the area of Shembo, it's 4th and goal. And we're going to look to send out the field goal team here. Jamie Finger, the new kicker, is on. It's going to be a short kick from 20 yards. Feel like one of these hasn't been attempted in a while, but Finger's kicking debut is good. Didn't go for it there. I felt like, 15 plays, good start. Let's get our 3. Don't feel like right now is the time to take a risk. We're getting to know this offense. Just had a missed throw there to end a long drive. Let's send the defense out now and see how they have replaced 3 players now drafted into the NFL. It's Bryson Kimbrough on a quick pass to the outside, wasting no time and finding Mo Hag. We are going to match up our corners by overall. I basically want Jolly to match up with him as much as possible because we have to see if Jolly has grown this year. He was a slot receiver a year ago, and floating over the middle, the pass is caught by Clayton Lloyd. But as a slot, Jolly with that tough role was targeted often, struggled in coverage, and now he becomes the number 1 guy, primarily an outside cornerback. 1st and 10 Duke. Good start to their possession. Now they run. And down on first contact, a gain of 2. John Duck, the running back, on 2nd down. He gets the carry through the right side, finding open space. First down. Just 3 down linemen here on 1st and 10. Kimbrough steps up into a clean pocket as we only rush 3. And now on covering down the field. It's caught at the 7, breaking into the end zone. Trent Cologne. And this defense gets shredded on the opening drive of their season. Nice little scramble drill here for Duke, and a sloppy tackle by C.J. Bass. An ugly return as this drive starting at just our 11. And we'll be rolling out. This was not the play I thought we had called. Ogletree. It's no gain. Motioning out the back again. Ogletree through the hands of Pierre Shembo. No pressure coming, getting it out. Here's DeMar Alba, and he will get us the 3rd down conversion. They continue to load the box here often. 2nd down, and into the hands of Madden now. A race to the outside, and he's brought down at the 43. Little ugly there early in the play. but made it happen there for a good pickup. 3 catches already for Madden. You know, over the years in these series, we've hyped up many different tight ends, and very few have actually reached expectations. I've done so many series. If you look back, there are legendary players at pretty much every spot. Maybe the smallest list would be at the tight end position. So Akeem Madden, hopefully he can realize that potential that he is oozing with here to start his career. Ogletree now stepping up and buying time, still on his feet. How are we even doing this right now? He's out of bounds. But Jaden Edwards shaken up on the play. And really, all these looks they're giving us are daring this offense to go downfield. That's how I like to attack single high. Heading to the air. For now, dumping off again to Alba. He's out of bounds. Now, a keeper. This play's going nowhere. Down with a loss of 4. Should see a decent bit of quarterback run added into the offense. Some by design and some improvised, like that ridiculous scramble earlier. How is that not like a 12-yard loss? Not sure about field goal range here. 3rd down and 14. Pressure and overthrown wildly near Alba. Another hit on Ogletree. And we're going to test out the freshman here, Jamie Finger. From a chip shot field goal to now 52, the first attempt from range in his career. And this kick, wide to the right, no good. And gives Duke really good field position. Duke football, off play action, floating outside. Here's a gain of 8 to start things. Here's one of our new looks. This 5-2 defense gives us kind of an alternate goal line look. Probably not going to slow down the quarterback sneaks as much. But sometimes when you want to stop the run, you just got to come out and not match their personnel. You know, that's kind of, I think, a big part of defensive strategy into the modern day is, are you always going to match? Because there are teams that can take advantage running out of 11 personnel. Here's a good run for Duck. And I mean, this run defense early on looks pretty leaky. In this case, we do come out in a new 4-3 look. 3 linebackers on the field. A little bit undermanned then against the pass. Here's one in front of the safety. It's caught. Duke at the 16. Kimbrough. He has room to run if he wants it. And slides up near a 1st down. 2nd down and short, and slowed initially, but driving through it to the 3 is Duck. On the keeper, Kimbrough runs in the Duke touchdown, and the Blue Devils are rolling early in this game. One thought I had coming into this year is that with what we've lost on defense, we might have to be a team that finds a way to win a lot of high-scoring games, and we need to make sure this offense is clicking. Just 3 points so far. Screen here for Alba. Should have had the blocking there. That's just a poor job on the outside. 2nd down and 12, and there is Alba now on the catch. Just got that to not get picked by the linebacker. A little close. Already 17 pass attempts for Ogletree. And probably many more to come. 3rd down and short. They load the box. And again, Ruggins, he's 2 for 2 in these situations. Bradley Durham has checked into the game at running back. And he's going to sweep this one to the outside. Get us 3. Back to pass, 3rd down. It's out and over the head of DeMar Alba. Another costly miss. So going through some growing pains here early with a new quarterback and a change on defense. Man, we need a stop right now. Kimbrough hands inside, and we do come out in our 4-3 with the idea there of stopping the run, winning 1st down. And now Kimbrough, 2nd down. That's dropped. Third down and 9. Here comes pressure right in his face. Kimbrough sacked by B.J. Wasevich. Now should get some good field position. Keontae Bargava, he is the return man, at least for now, and he spins off a tackle to the 45 of Duke. It's Durham to start this possession. Look at that extra effort. And another run. This is Bradley Durham. Tough running. First down. Odenigbo is in the game. And to the outside. It is a little high. And then too late. He's out of bounds there. Ogletree now 11 for 21. And you can see the snowflake here as he's not really in rhythm right now. We've got to find a way to get that back. Third down and 10. And he gets it away. Leaping grab made by Bargava. They'll mark him just shy. Just a little bit to go here. Under center and sneaking. Whoa, did he get it? Just barely. Got the snap off before the 2-minute warning. And Bargava, he's ahead to the 10. Kind of impressed here with Duke. They just spent the timeout, so I can't run a bunch of the clock off right now. We spread out the defense now. They cover Madden well, but he breaks a tackle, busts into the end zone. His first career touchdown. It's Akeem Madden. I cannot wait to see what type of player he becomes for us in this series. But how often have we seen a tight end there break 2 tackles and score a touchdown like that? He has special upside. Here it is again. Just not strong enough there, number 12. And Zero didn't have a chance either. A poor kick return sets up Duke at just their own 9. A minute 33 to go, and they're going to run it. I was expecting something in the air. So now they're starting to run the clock, I guess, as they were pinned so deep in their own territory. But now at the first down, will they speed things up? Because I'm cool going to halftime, and they might be as well. With 30 seconds to go, they snap it, and here's pressure on Kimbrough. A sack for Noah Herrick. And that is going to just about wrap up this first half, it appears. I'll call a timeout, just in case they wanted to try throwing anything. And there, we got them to switch their entire call to a kneel down. So 14-10 at the half. Defense recovering decently there. And we're starting to find our footing, offensively. 4.6 yards a play. Have some work to do there. Definitely too many balls hitting the ground right now. And the second half is now underway. Duke starts with the ball. They get it outside. We have not seen a lot from number 83, Mo Hag. He caught their first ball of the day. Not sure he's had one since. Second down and 7. It's Bryson Kimbrough on the outside. Well hit there by Devon Jolly. They need the 22-yard line. Kimbrough finds a man open on the outside, left alone. We blitz. It's out. And the tough catch is hauled in by Cologne. A screen open on the edge. This is some trouble. Gain of 8. Shepard, the running back, on 3rd and 2. They run. Hit and down shy of the mark. And it looks like Duke's bringing out the punt team. Nice stop again by this defense. A few in a row as we will get this football back. But be pinned inside the 10. From the 6-yard line. Here's one to Madden. And he gets us some breathing room. Odenigbo carries. Here's some daylight now, and he gets 10. Trying to make adjustments here pre-snap. Oh, come on. Akeem Madden is the motion man. And Ogletree has it dropped. Alba, you have to catch that. They're sending pressure off his back foot. Alba's got some room. He's going to race into Duke territory. Flying up the sideline to the 10-5 touchdown. Beating the blitz is DeMar Alba on a 70-yard catch and run as Arkansas State takes the lead. We create that one-on-one in man coverage, and he gets bumped here. 14 runs into his own man. Makes this a wide open throw. And with all that space, you're not catching DeMar Alba. Duke with a good start to this drive. Now they've been struggling the last few possessions to really establish much. Not biting on the hard count. It's first down. Kimbrough on the move and incomplete. Covered by Wasevich. Again, showing pressure. We do send 5, and they're going to air it out. And it is broken up. Unable to make the catch is Lloyd. C.J. Bass there on the deep coverage. Big play for him. And we again get the football back. This time with a 3-point lead. Bargava. Not quite as dangerous back there as J.J. Harrell. Running to start the possession with Odenibo. And Noah Hacker is now hurt on the end of this play. Throwing a dart. Shembo kept his balance and he gets the first down. Heading back to the air again. It's floated off the mark in Alba's direction. Now an inside give. Key block thrown by Madden on the first down run for Bradley Durham. I think part of just feeling this season out is finding what does it take for us to have a high percentage passing game. Bargava makes the grab now. If we're going to be pass heavy, we have to make sure the offense stays on schedule. Like first down plays that get us nothing are failures. You know, we need to make sure we're constantly getting positive plays. And so, you know, what can Ogletree throw at a high percentage? And what throws need to be a little more reined in as Alba is unable to hold on to this pass. Sweeping to the outside, and here is Durham. We're still going to run on a lot of these second downs, as I think we have an offense that can handle third and medium just fine. And, of course, you got 4-down territory. Back to pass. Here's one to the outside for Madden, but knocked away. Got to take chances stretching the field with him, but Duke gets off the field to send out Jamie Finger, hoping for a better third attempt. And this kick is up, and this time it's through. We've recovered nicely since going down early, but here is a very good-looking run from John Duck. Inside, and Shepard is stuffed by Wasevich, who has made a bunch of plays in this game. Toss to the left into the hands of Mo Hag. Pretty quiet day for him overall. Third down again for the Blue Devil offense. It's out quick, and the tackle's made immediately by Bass. Not much of a concept there, just kind of hoping for a broken tackle. Bradley Durham sure getting a lot of snaps here in this game as we have it again. Final minute of the third quarter. And this one floated downfield. Madden, oh, it's knocked away. Third down and 7 now for Gerald Ogletree. Pressure sent, and it is way off the mark. Madden found some room in the seam. Last year, one of our hallmarks was playing great second-half defense. And today, that has been the case again, as we have not allowed any points yet in the second half. But it's only a 6-point game. Duke has the ball, and it's the fourth quarter, everybody. Hand off. Shepard now on the carry and straight ahead. First down. Kind of surprised we haven't seen more of him today. We got gashed by him in the game a year ago. And now I don't like this look we have very much. They're going to run it to the right, and we are prepared with Tylon Lee. Getting some fresh rushers in the game on 3rd down and 11. Deep ball now, looking for Haig, and he makes the catch! Touchdown, Duke! One-on-one with Devon Jolly. And their top receiver makes the play. We were so close to with the pressure. A good spin here from Oladukin. Got the hit there a little late. But like I said, we were going to see Devon Jolly get tested today, and it hasn't happened often. But you cannot give up the big play. And that puts Duke back on top. Ball at the 31-yard line. Odenigbo, he's got some room to run. This is trouble. Into the secondary, reaching ahead. A big spark from the ground attack. Up to the Duke 33. And Ogletree launches once and all. Knocked away from Shembo. Inside give. Look at this space now. Durham again. I'm sorry, this is Odenigbo in the game. Been seeing Durham check in quite a bit. But 11 for 78 here as Durham will check into the game now. And we're going to head to the air. Good coverage, and now taking off. Ogletree inside the 10 and out of bounds at the 4. Goal to go. Alba the motion man. Play fake. Short. Touchdown. Akeem Madden. His 2nd of the game. And we are prepared to go for 2 to make this a 7-point contest. It's with the flag down, incomplete. And this is going to be a hold on Arkansas State. So just a 5-point advantage. A light box to start this drive, and Duke will throw a screen. That started so many of their possessions today. So they need the touchdown to take the lead again. 7 and change to go. Should be a fun finish as they'll spin around and throw another one out to Cologne. On the outside, Jolly does a good job of getting off the block that time and making the play. I think giving up the deep touchdown has us already changing kind of the approach here and guarding Haig down the field. You're not going to see as much deep coverage there. As the play gets stuffed, that's a huge loss. Lee might not be having a huge impact today as a run stopper or a pass rusher, but the run stopping has been really nice. 3 TFLs, 3rd down and 13. Trying to put pressure on Duke. They're going to look to throw on 3rd down, underneath, and shy of the marker. And they will not leave the offense on. I think I would here on a 4th and 2. But trusting their defense with 5 minutes left. Bargava cutting to the outside, and you can just tell, like, the J.J. Harrell factor ain't quite there. And they come out loading the box on 1st down. We changed the play. We've quieted the crowd, so it's a little bit easier. And we got to dump this. Oh, that was a mess. On 2nd down, getting him out of the pocket now. Good coverage. Ogletree, what a catch by Keontae Bargava. Around 4 minutes to go now in the game. It's Odenigbo unable to get through 3rd down. One of the biggest plays of the game right here. 3rd down and 5. They play coverage. Ogletree hits him again. Bargava at the sideline. Nice job there by the offensive line. Now running with Ruggins. Powering ahead on a gain of 5. Here's a run again. Ruggins. Maybe a couple. 3rd and 4. And it's a throw. No, it's intercepted. Jumped. Running back the other way. Duke is going to flip it again. Pick 6. Oh, no. Trey Bradford jumped the screen for Keontae Bargava. And we trail by 1. 3rd and 4 to me in this situation is a good time for an RPO. And I thought we had a pretty decent, look. It's certainly better to throw it here because Durham's going to get hit, in the backfield. This is a throw on this play. But just what a job there getting in that throwing window by Bradford. He's coming from depth too. Like if it were this defender, you kind of understand okay, that was you can't throw it. But I mean, that was a phenomenal play. I don't understand the PAT, though. A 2-point lead is functionally the same as a 1-point advantage here. So 28-26, a field goal puts us back in front. That's a bizarre choice. We're going to take a knee here in the end zone, and we've got to put together a drive. We end up here in a big spot with the offense in week 0. And we set up a screen on the outside, and there's just nothing there for Ruggins. All at the 24-yard line. And to the outside, a good catch by Bargava. Durham in the game at running back. Now a throw to Ofisa Orlando, and a key first down. Back to pass. Ogletree floats, and it's dropped. That was Shembo. Again, trips left. 3rd down and 10. To the sideline and too high. And it's suddenly 4th down Arkansas State. Where do you go when you gotta have it here? 4th and 10. 3 receivers in the game. Only a 4-man rush. Stepping up. It is caught by Akeem Madden in Duke territory. Now it's a run, and it's Durham. A busy day for him as there's an injury on the field now for Duke. Ball now at the 36 and taking off. This is Ogletree into field goal range now. So here we can look to set up a field goal. And they're not going to be able to ice us. They don't have a timeout. So we're going to run Durham ahead. Now back to pass. Good route by Madden. And that's close to a first down. A run coming on 3rd down. Durham centering it. And I think we're going to be happy with setting up a kick right here. Making his debut today, Jamie Finger attempting a game-winning field goal on the road. It'll be a 34-yard attempt. Fingers kick is up, and Arkansas State has started the season 1-0, winning at the buzzer, 29-28. What a way to start the season. We had to fight hard in this game. Another great one against Duke. Great decision to come here to Durham this year. Gerald Ogletree has an up and down debut. This is kind of a debut. Now he's the full-time starter. Excited of, what's to come. Got a few things in here we've got to look at cleaning up, but I'm very happy with the way the offense played today. We recover from that pick 6 at the end. I still don't know why Duke kicked the extra point. That is very confusing. Definitely feels like this game should have gone to overtime. But we come out on top today. We ran 83 plays. We were on the field a ton. And I think this is going to be an offense that puts up some big numbers this year. First up, the Duke offense was very efficient throwing through the air. A lot of short throws and occasionally taking chances downfield. One of those connected in a big way. Kind of surprised they didn't run the ball more. There were good signs with John Duck. but they really just kept the ball in the air. For us, we throw the ball 49 times today for 323 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. I felt like we also ran the ball quite a bit. Odenibo had 13 carries, Durham had 9, and Ruggins 6. So I think Odenibo is getting taken out because of wear and tear sliders, and throughout the game, I kept adjusting them. I'm trying to find a good spot where if he only has like a low risk of injury or increased, that he's not likely to leave the game. But every time I would like knock it down and bring him back, he would then kind of disappear despite his wear and tear not really changing. So I like the rotation. I just want kind of better control over it. But Durham played well, and so did Akeem Madden here in his debut. 2 touchdowns, a critical 4th down reception. I think that was pretty good usage. Double-digit targets. 7 catches for Alba, 7 for Bargava, a couple drops in there for Shembo, which might honestly be enough to look at Orlando getting more chances. He's more sure-handed. I know he has an ability that might be useful there in the slot, so might have to get more of a look. The defense worried me the way they opened the game, but we got it together, slowed down the passing attack, did pick up 2 sacks today, and no turnovers. So, all in all, some things to work on, but we get the W. Our schedule locked us into conference games in weeks 1 and 2, so that's going to be up next for us. We'll take on Navy, followed by Memphis. Then we return to our non-conference schedule with a couple really difficult games against Alabama and Arizona State. Now, as I record this, I'm preparing for an upcoming vacation here this coming week. I'll be gone for about a week, so I'm doing my best to get videos done ahead of time. I'm sure there'll still be, less videos than usual, but I'm going to do my best to make sure there's something to watch on a somewhat consistent basis while I'm gone. But I might be doing more one-game episodes then, just to make it a little bit easier to do that. We'll see if next episode is just a one-game, deal. So what did you think of the debut here in Season 5? I think that the playing style needs for Gerald Ogletree are going to be an afterthought. I think we're going to rack up a lot of passing yards as a team. Today we started off with 323. I got to be careful though when it comes to hits and his overall accuracy. The ball needs to come out maybe a little bit quicker. You can see throw under pressure is only a 79. Throw on the run is a 77. We need to unlock some abilities that make it easier to develop him, because there's a significant step for him to take if he's going to be an elite quarterback. As I mentioned with Ofisa Orlando, he has a couple abilities, and it looks like this Sure Hands one is gold, whereas for Shembo, he has the bronze version. So that ability is going to give him improved standard catches, requires 94 catch in traffic, which he has. It's not like Shembo's is bad, but he just missed a couple chances today and made things a little bit tougher for us. So with our first game in the books, let's take a look at our recruiting board now in week 1. We're in first place here for Randall Lyles, but a lot of SEC teams are behind us. We are in third for Deontay Dobbs, and it's Texas A&M making a pretty good push for him. We are the only ones to offer for Oliver Sanders to this point. First place in this series of battles. Looks like we're going to miss out on one of our targets here in DeMarcus Daly, and unfortunately, he had the 90 throw power. We were really excited about him. A gadget receiver with that skill set might just be a quarterback, but we're locked out. So we've got to pivot fast if we want to get some of these other targets still on our board. And to me, we need more offensive linemen and especially different archetypes, because everybody so far has been a pass protector. We need some guys that help out in the run game too. But our options are already limited at positions like guard. There are so many pass protector archetype players here, and everybody else has at least 4 or more offers. So already dipping into the 3-star talent, we have Avery Harvin. Might have to do a little more in-depth scouting here to really find out who the best target is. And here's a gem. Carl Riggs. Not in a pipeline, not out there in California. But we're going to give him the scholarship this week. After that first week of play, where only a handful of teams have games, Gerald Ogletree is the 5th leading passer in the country. Weston Bryan from Georgia is number 1 with 386 yards. Got Terrion Martin with 153 rushing yards for Kent State. Gio Richardson for Arizona, 153, 3 touchdowns in an 8-catch game. I'm excited to see how the year unfolds. That is just the first game, and we have some big ones on the way. Conference play begins next time for Arkansas State. Thank you all for watching. That'll do it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed this start to year 5. Please subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching today's video. And thank you also to Control Freak for sponsoring this video. Take care, guys. I'll see you next time.